Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming here today. Buongiorno Italia. My name is Federico Failla. I'm the Italian ambassador in Korea. This event has been thought to try to start to explain better to Korea the system of the education in Italy as for universities, conservatories, fine arts academy, and all the system of the superior education in Italy. There are a number of Korean students every year in Italy. We want to increase this number because we think that Italy can offer much, much more than is thought here in Korea. And for this reason, we want to explain better which is our system of education at the level of universities, academies, conservatories, and so on. So first of all, thank you very much for coming today here. In Italy, there are connected in this moment about 40 to 50 participants, including, apart from the universities and the conservatories, academies, there is also Uni-Italia, that is the Italian Association for Attracting Students from Abroad. And you have found on your chair some statistics about the situation of COVID-19 in Italy. Italy, at the beginning, has been hit by the first wave of COVID-19. Europe in general was not very well prepared to face a pandemic, while in Korea and in other Asian countries, there's been an experience about that, and Korea managed to be very, very ready in answering and in containing the epidemic from almost from the first moment. In Europe, it took a little bit more. But after the first weeks, let's say the situation has improved dramatically. We went into lockdown. We took very harsh measures to contain the epidemic. And as you can see now, Italy is one of the best position in Europe in containing the epidemic, in containing the spreading, in terms of people in critical conditions, in terms of people recovered in intensive care. So also this is an important factor. This to say that there is no more danger in going to Italy than in other countries in the world. Actually, there's less danger, at least as for Europe. It's quite safe. Not completely, but unfortunately with COVID-19, no country can be said to be completely safe, but let's say reasonably safe. One point more, and then I stop my brief intervention. One point more. We believe that academic exchanges and the flow of students in the two ways. There are some Italian students, many Italian students actually coming to Korea every year to study Korean and but not only, also other subjects. As for science and technology and also other subjects, economics and so on. But anyway, we believe that the flow of students is vital for a relation for the two countries. We will listen also later on testimonials that they will speak about the experience of studying in Italy. And we believe also that studying in Italy can give you also some chances to get a better job. And not only in fashion, but we think that, for instance, Italy is leader as for many medical sectors, for transplants, for instance, or for respiratory diseases, for liver diseases, and I could continue, stop here. but I would say also in architecture or engineering and design. There are many sectors in which I think Italy can offer a good opportunity to find a job. So I thank you again. I hope you will enjoy this afternoon. If this first event will be successful, we plan more events to go into more detail. Today there will be a presentation in general of the Italian system. Later on, we could see if there is any initiative to prepare with some universities or academies or conservatories presenting themselves like you do in a fair when there are education fair. Unfortunately, this year education fair, they don't look possible. Let's hope next year. But for this year, it's not possible because of the epidemic. So, but we have discovered that online you can do many activities. So if this first event is successful, we plan to organize more. Thank you very much again, and now I leave the floor to Italy. There should be the Secretary General of Uni-Italia that would like to do an intervention for just greet you and present his association. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank His Excellency Federico Failla, the Italian institution who supported this event, the Korean agencies and the Italian higher education institutions present here today. My name is Marco Calvi, and I'm going to illustrate to you some information about Italy and its higher education system. So here we have some quick facts about Italy. Italy, as China, has 55 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, more than any other country in the world. Italy is the leading country in the world for cultural influence, according to US News. Something like 3,000 euro thrown daily into the Trevi Fountain of Rome. Italy won more Oscars as best foreign film than any other country. Italy is the fifth most visited country in the world with 58 million visitors yearly. And in Italy, there is also University of Bologna, the oldest European university founded in 1088. What Uni-Italia does? Uni-Italia offices abroad give students useful information about Italian higher education system and its organization cycles of studies, as well as universities and academies courses and how to enroll on. Uni-Italia offices provide information about scholarships and aid grant offered by Italian institutions. At any Uni-Italia centers, students are also informed about social, academic, and cultural life in Italy and how to deal with some bureaucratic issues such as visas, as well as how to contact higher education institution, offices, and the public administration. Uni-Italia personnel abroad give information and organize meetings for students and assist them directly at the offices or by email, telephone, or social network. So the assistance to students starts from their home countries where Uni-Italia are located at the Italian consulate offices. So basically, yeah, Uni-Italia works closely with Italian diplomatic offices abroad, where centers of motion and orientation in Italy are located. Uni-Italia participates and organizes various types of events to promote the Italian higher education system and contribute to the process of internationalization of universities and academies. Uni-Italia head office in Rome, for sure, yeah, supports Uni-Italia offices abroad, takes part and organizes events, meetings, such as meetings organized by the European higher education agencies, conference on government programs, Marco Polo and Turandot. Very important are the Italian Day on Higher Education, dedicated to foreign students in their countries of origin, organized in partnerships with Italian cultural institutes, Italian embassies and consulates abroad. Important is the participation in the most important international fairs of higher education, such as European Higher Education Fair, where universities, academies, conservatories can meet directly students. In this way, yeah, students have the possibility to deal with the representatives of Italian institutions. Okay, so students are also assisted by hotline service and the mailing service, which are available for any problems that may arise on daily basis. Uni-Italia participates in higher education promotion programs such as Study in Europe. That is a European project sponsored by the European Commission to promote the European education system. So where Uni-Italia is. Our headquarters is at the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation in Rome. Our offices abroad are in Iran, India, People's Republic of China, Vietnam, and Indonesia. Italian higher education system is a binary system divided in two main sectors. University, the classic university where students will study political science, medicine, engineering, physics, and so on. And higher education for fine arts, music, and dance institutions, where, as you can easily understand, students can study art, music, and dance. These institutions are known as AFAM institutions, AFAM institutions. So now I will explain you the Italian higher education system from university point of view. This diagram could seem complicated, but it is very easy. So the Italian higher education system is organized in 3 cycles, according to the principles of the European higher education area. Specific qualifications are associated with each cycle, allowing students to make progress with their studies, participate in public recruitment competitions, take part in all European mobility programs, enter the labor market, and develop professional careers. Those who have intention to enroll in a 3-year degree or in a single cycle master's degree program must have completed at least 12 years of pre-university education. So so here we have undergraduate degrees. The name in Italian is laurea. These degrees last at least for 3 years, and the students need to achieve a minimum 180 credits. After undergraduate degree, there is postgraduate degrees. The name in Italian is laurea magistrale. These courses last for a minimum of 2 years, and the students need to achieve to get 120 ECTS is the European Credit Transfer System. Here we have a single cycle master's degree, which is similar to an integrated master's degree because there is no separation between the bachelor's and the master's parts to the qualification. For some subjects, for example, medicine and surgery, architecture, law, primary education sciences, students need to take this single cycle master's degree. As you can see, the entry requirements is 12 years of pre-university education, and this kind of master lasts for 5 or 6 years, depend on the subjects. For example, medicine and surgery is 6 years, and the law is 5 years. The third cycle, in the third cycle, we have specialization schools and PhD, and this kind of course lasts for 3 years. On the right side of the screen, you can see other kind of degree, professional courses. Universities could name this kind of courses in a different way: academic master, specializing master, or university master. But there are two main differences between Master of Science degree, laurea magistrale, and this kind of professional courses. The first difference is the duration. These professional courses last usually for 1 year, while a master's degree lasts for a minimum of 2 years. The second difference is about the credits. Professional courses usually awards with 60 ECTS with 60 credits, while master's degree awards with minimum 120 credits. Important is that these professional courses does not give access to PhD courses. The AFAM system is AFAM is more or less same as the university system. First level academic diploma, second level academic diploma, and academic diploma for academic diploma course for training research. As for university system, on the right side, there are 2 levels of specialized academic diploma courses, which provides a high level of professional expertise for specific fields. In Italy, there are 127 universities. More than a half of these are public institutions. And there are also 144 AFAM institutes divided in Academy of Fine Arts, Academy of Dramatic Arts, Academy of Dance, conservatories, and there are also 5 higher institutes for artistic industries. So, Italian higher education institutions are recognized in Europe and around the world as centers of excellence in research and training. Many universities in Italy are the oldest educational institutions in the Western world. For example, as I told you before, University of Bologna, founded in 1088, University of Padua, founded in 1222, University of Naples, Federico II, founded in 1224. The quality of teaching and strengthen international relations between Italian and many foreign institutions give to the students many opportunities for a fulfilling educational path and successful future career. Studying in Italy provides the possibility of achieving a high prestige degree in Italian universities and academies recognized throughout Europe, as well as many by international ranking society reports. For example, QS or Times Higher Education. So, in Italy, students can find a suitable study program in any field. To study in Italy, it is not necessary to know Italian language. Many courses, undergraduate and postgraduate, are entirely held in English, mainly in the fields of management, architecture, engineering, design, medicine. And to read the entire list of these courses, please visit the webpage Uni-Italia.it. Okay. So, Italy is home of some of the oldest universities in the world, which offer high quality education and low tuition fees. Students will also enjoy traveling and exploring the rich culture and the history of Italian cities. In Italy, there are both public and private higher education institutions. Tuition fees are in general more affordable than other countries in Europe or North America. Fees at the universities in Italy differ depending on the institution and course, as institutions set their own rates. Average fees are between 900 euro and 4,000 euro per year, which are around from 1,000 US dollar to 4,500 US dollar per year at public universities, while private universities are more expensive. Some specialized courses may also charge higher fees, while doctoral students receiving a grant from their university of choice will not need to pay fees. In terms of living costs, students need roughly 12,000 euro per year to cover accommodation, food, transport, entertainment. When budgeting, students should keep in mind his or her lifestyle and spending habits, as well as where students will be based. Major cities and tourist areas will be more expensive than smaller towns.
La nuova versione era su Drive. Sì.
While students are enjoying the international student status in Italy, it would really be a pity not to take advantage of the privilege to visit numerous UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Students who choose Italy as a study destination will never regret for their decision. They will surely appreciate these emblematic features of the Italian culture. Students with a study permit can work part-time during their stay. This means they can work up to 20 hours per week while studying. And after the graduation and before the expiry of the residence permit for study, international students have the right to convert her residence permit into a residence permit for pending employment. And this new residence permit will be valid for a maximum 12 months. There are many kinds of scholarship in order to help those students who wish to study in Italy. Scholarships scholarship are often limited and are given to the students based on merit after an assessment of their grades from previous studies. Here we have some examples: scholarship issued by the higher education institution, regional scholarship issued by regional bodies for the right to study, and the Italian and the scholarship issued by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. So the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation offers grants for international students interested in postgraduate degree and would like to study Italian language. It is the next kind of scholarship is the scholarship issued by the higher education institutions. Terms and conditions depend on the respective universities. Here we have only few examples, but each institution, according to its own rule, can issue scholarships. Students can also apply for a regional scholarship and could be granted with free accommodation, free meals, exemption from tuition fees, and etc. There is no guarantee of receiving this regional scholarship or grant, even if students meet all the requirements. Since it depends on the availability of the funds and on the number of students applying. So, how to apply to an Italian higher education institution?
Adesso si sente. Adesso si sente. E come
so visit www.Uni-Italia website to choose the study program and the higher education institution. Verify the entry requirements and check if students satisfy with those qualifications. Submit the documentation required to the chosen institution, usually through a website. And usually students are requested to submit the following documents: academic qualifications, transcript, language certificate, language proficiency certificate, English or Italian. Usually B2 level is required. and CV or letter of motivation of recommendation portfolio if requested. Once the institution informs the student that he is eligible, it is time to submit pre-enrollment documents through Uni-Italia portal. After that, the student can apply for a student visa at the Italian diplomatic consular mission in the country of origin, and respect all deadlines. Deadlines for applications may vary according to each institution, so always check with the higher education institutions and try to apply as early as possible. Students will need to attend a specific admission exams, certain specialized fields of study, such as medicine and surgery. There is a national test, veterinary, primary education sciences. So if you want to reach Uni-Italia, feel free to contact us via email, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Thank you for the attention, and have a pleasant afternoon. Grazie.
Sì, Marco, thank you very much for the presentation of the Italian higher education system. And now I would like also to explain, not just to you, but also to the Italian universities. They are connected with us, they are following us from Italy. How everything is born, because as Ambassador said before, we think that the relations between Italy and Korea are very excellent, are very good, excellent, and in every field, scientific, political, cultural, of course, touristic, you know, every year 1 million Korean tourists visit Italy. But we think that there is more potential. I mean, we can strengthen, and this is, of course, the academic and the higher educational system is this field, and so we decided last year to commission a market survey, and I think that these results are very interesting, and so I want to share with you here and also with the Italian universities and of course with Uni-Italia. Of course, the purpose of this market survey was to better understand the Korean market, because the Korean market own, of course, its own specific needs and specific trends, and so we decided to better understand in order also to attract more Korean students. More Korean students. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't introduce before myself. I'm Francesco Sordini. I'm the political counselor and the consul at the Italian embassy. And so I also have an overview about the consular services. And for Visa Studium, we issue every year around 1,000. And but of course, including also, for instance, Italian classes or exchange students. We can, of course, we hope to issue more visas for enrollment, because the last year was nearly 200. So we want to, of course, also more Korean students. We would like that more Korean students go to Italy to study. And so the first, of course, question was which are the key choosing factor to select a country for a degree and to study abroad? Well, the Korean students, they answer that, of course, is the language. So they here in Korea, the English language is what is spoken, so you'll well know. There is also the students, they speak a very good English, so probably that is also one reason, one key factor, this one, so English, other language. And then famous universities or professors. And that's also, I said that to the Italian counterparts that are the other part of the world, because Korea, they are very interested in international ranks. For them, it's quite important, and also the students before choosing university, they are also get a look into the international ranks, or not just of the university, but also the faculties, because there are some faculties also in Italy, but also in other countries, they are very well known around the world for a specific faculty. And of course, if a university or academy and so on is going to offer a scholarship program, that's a plus. That's very appreciated by the students. And furthermore, we say that, okay, that's important, and we are going to understand better, trying to understand better the Korean market, but if we want to target better the Korean students, we need to know the key information source. I mean, the students where are going to know about a country abroad, about university. And to be honest, for us, because in Europe it's a little bit different, but here in Korea, the first answer was agency for studying abroad. So the Korean students tend to go and to ask information. The agencies, and I think that's why also we are organizing, of course, this first event, and thank you again for being with us. And secondly, it was also of course the professors. They play a very big role in their choice. And then also here in Korea, they tend to investigate, to get more information through the blogs. Also, the blogs is a very another key source of information. Then, of course, we have two pieces of the importance of the survey. And then, okay, we thought, okay, let's ask if they know how they know in deep Italy and our higher education system. And yeah, and of course, they didn't know very well about Italy. I mean, yeah, this is important because, I mean, they knew about Italy, but know all the potential, about Italian potential, and know in a very deep way about the Italian higher education system. And that's it is very important because according to the research report on studying abroad, around 50% of the students considered also Italy as a final destination for studying abroad. But apparently there is something that they keep them out to go to Italy. And of course, first is the first barrier is the language, because Italian is, yeah, I mean, according to our ministry studies, is the third most studied language in the world, but not in Korea, for instance. And then another barrier, it was that a few knowledge of Italian higher education system and universities. Another interesting information was that very few students knew that Italy offering more and more English classes and courses. There are also some faculties, some universities, for instance, offering a degree, a bachelor degree in English. All the 3 years is everything, every lessons is in English. But very few Korean students were aware about that. So that's, I think that we are getting another piece more important, and also is important for the Italian universities to get such information to promote better, especially here in Korea, such opportunities. Because I think that they should know, the students, that in Italy, of course, you can study in Italian, but there is the possibility also to study many classes, many courses, and also degrees in English. In fact, more than half of students who didn't know about English classes in Italy, they will consider Italy as a destination for studying abroad, if there is, of course, English classes availability in Italy. So that's, I think that is important for the also for the Italian universities to promote better in Korea the English classes. And also, I mean, according to their survey, there are other strengths. There are some strengths of Italy as a country, and so also for about the Italian higher education system. First of all, is the image of the country, because many students, they are going to associate Italy to Italian lifestyle, the culture, and so that's a very, let's say that a very powerful country for the under a cultural perspective. And then another strength emerging from the survey is the tuition fees, because maybe you know that let's say that on average the tuition fees in Italy, and they are not so high, compared especially to other countries, the Anglo-Saxon system, for instance, and also here in Korea there are many universities offering, of course, excellent, very good classes, but with very high tuition fee. And another strength that was very appreciated by the Korean students, it was that the cost of living, because also in the that the ranks and the Italian cities they are not into the top 10 or neither in the 20 the top 20 as the most expensive cities around the world. So that's also, I think that the students, this is a very good point, a very good aspect, and probably they are going also to keep in their mind and choosing a country or another cities abroad. And because this one also is related to what I'm saying, because about the trend, because the trend of studying abroad, and apparently more students, generally speaking, they are thinking to study abroad, because for them it could be a plus. So also, I mean, we not just I know that other EU countries, but also Italy should take advantage of such trend, and so keeping the momentum, and also to promote more effectively the Italian higher education system. And this one also is another important another trend. That is the major specialties, and the many, according to the survey, many Korean students, they are aware also that Italy is a very high reputation in some areas, for instance in art, design, and architecture. And so it should be also the first choice for them. And but of course, our mission is not just to promote what is already appreciated, but we should also inform the students and all the agencies that there are also other excellencies and other offer about the Italian higher education system. To sum up, and that's also important for the Italian universities. The question is how to attract more Korean students to Italy. What is the information and maybe also the programs, the policies should adopt the universities? Well, one is very interesting. It should be about the special language programs. For instance, a foundation course, a foundation year for the, of course, for the faculties or classes. They are not in English. They are not offered in English, but in Italian. Then, of course, to promote better the English classes, and this is very important that the Italian universities, they should underline and these possibilities that they are offering also English classes. That's the point. That's very important. So please keep in mind that when you are going to approach the Korean students and the Korean market. Then it's also important, this other aspect, to attract Korean students, and it's offering, for instance, an internship after the degree. This one also is a plus, something that is very, very highly appreciated by Korean students, that also that there is a link between universities and then job market, and so there is also they feel, of course, that they could get more chance to have a job. So also this one is necessary to underline this aspect. Whenever university offering a specific internships for foreign students. And of course, I think that also approaching the Korean market, it's important to remember what I said before, that what is the key information source here in Korea. First of all is the agency, secondly the professors, and the third position the blogs. So for instance, the fair, the study abroad fair, something like that, the best solution, the best way to promote the Italian higher education system? Yeah, it could be, but at the same time, of course, it's necessary to engage and to have more contacts with the agencies offering studying abroad. And so that's more or less finished my short presentation of the survey. Of course, I'm your availability. I mean, if you have some questions, please don't ask me. Also, later there will be a session of questions and answers. So please feel free to ask me where you want. And now there will be also two testimonials. There are two ex-students now. One is the architect Ang Jun-jo. Is with us and is going also to present his experience in Italy, and is going also to tell you why he chose Italy, and what are, in his opinion, the strengths of the Italian higher education system. And then there will be another one as a Dr. Park, Sang Park, is yeah? Okay, thank you. And also is going to talk a little bit about his experience in Italy. So thank you very much for coming again. And so I give the floor to the architect Park, and then to Architect Joe, sorry, and to Dr. Park. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you to Ambassador Federico Failla and Director Paola. Thank you for this event. I hope to spend only very few words, but to be very synthetic. In my case, it may be not so exact to say study abroad, because I was born in Rome, and I lived in Italy for more than 30 years with my family. So I was born. I lived until 3 years, and then I came back to Italy at 14 years. So I went to middle school, high school, university, and the PhD. I degreed in architecture, and I achieved a PhD in architectural composition. Composition may be architectural design. So, but for me, it's very natural, very ordinary to speak about Italian educational system, because I got many of my friends who came to Italy for studying abroad the program. So always I told them what is the benefits of studying in Italy, and what is so I think that for my case, for the case of architecture, it's important. Italy is has got a long history and in architectural culture, architecture history, but also you can find a lot of documentation and a lot of books. So you can have a wide experience of architecture, theoretic experience, but also practical experience. But over this experience, strictly in academic environment, I would like to emphasize that there are another aspect in Italy. It's all of around the university system. So maybe for the case of architecture, like I don't know, the fair, for example, Milan Fair is very famous for construction and building architecture. And also there are Milan Design Week is a very famous event. Also all of the experience, cultural experience, and also you can also link to professional experience, because in my case, after my master's degree, I went to my professor's architectural studio to work. But there, with collaboration with my professor, I worked for international exchange between two universities, between Politecnico di Milano and Korea University. And then this permitted me to come to Korea as a visiting professor to Korea University. So there I started to live here. And still now I work as architect, and then also I work as adjunct professor at Hongik University. So this is only, I would like to say that it's very important nowadays, the global international network, because the studying, it means you can make a wide experience, and also make some of your colleagues you meet at university, they can become your colleague of tomorrow in the professional society. Because nowadays it's very normal to work in online. So only to link by internet, it's very easy to work together from here to Korea to Italy, Milano, like me. Because I still work in this way. So, okay, this is, I think it's the most important thing I would like to say. Thank you so much.
Floor to Dr. Park. Thank you.
Okay, hello, this is Sang-Hyun Park from Hanyang University. Today I'd like to talk about what I experienced in Italy during my PhD. I received my engineering PhD from Hanyang University in last February, and I have researched about the membrane technology, which separates the specific component what we want, from the mixture, such as the seawater and the mixed gas. And also during my PhD, I did some joint doctorational program between Hanyang University and the University of Calabria in Italy. As a joint program, I and my colleague Jun Tae-jung visited the University of Calabria for 4 months. During the visit, with the help of the very kind hospitality and very careful consideration of the researchers at the University of Calabria, we could do a very fruitful collaboration work. For example, I researched about membrane-based desalination techniques at the time, and we discussed with the Italian colleagues in University of Calabria, and we tried to develop our membrane technology to use not only for desalination, but also for the recovering the valuable materials from the brine. So we started to design our membrane technology to recover the valuable materials from the brine, and finally we could publish an international scientific paper together, and even now we discuss about the further research. Listening the various opinions and discussion with the various the colleagues are really important in the scientific area. By visiting the University of Calabria, it gave me a lot of things, such as the discussion with the very international colleagues in Italy and many other countries, and it makes my research to more, the objective way. It's not the subjective. It's more objective way, and yes, it was really a good experience to me during my PhD, and I really appreciate to all in Italy and Korea to giving me that kind of the very nice opportunity, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
And so now there is the Q&A session. So please ask whatever you want about the Italian higher education system, and to our friends in Rome of Uni-Italia. So it's up to you.
I'm curious about the travel regulation in Italy. So when students go to Italy now, do they have to self-quarantine for 14 days?
Yeah, in this case, I can answer myself. Yeah, there is also, first of all, of course, all Koreans can travel freely to Italy. So there is not generally for up to 19 days as a visa free. Then, of course, in a studium they need a visa, but usually we are very, very quick issuing a visa for studium. They are try to be also flexible to understand the student needs. But now, of course, most of the EU countries, if you go to EU countries, you have to be self-isolated for 14 days. And after that, you can travel freely into the Schengen area.
So, primary question maybe. If the Korean students graduate over the Italian universities, they can get a job. You can give that for job visa or something like that. Do you have?
No, unfortunately, we don't have such information, such figure. We can, maybe that's also a good point, we can investigate also about that. We can ask the other agency made the report if they have such figure, such information. But for the moment, we don't. We know that, for instance, we are issuing more and more visa, not just for study purpose, but also for work, for instance. And but to be honest, I don't know if there is a related to the previous study experience. But we are going to investigate, maybe back to you.
I have a questions about the visas. So the regular study visa, it's under process, but as far as I checked with the embassy, the AFAM visa process hasn't been started yet. So I just want to know when it can be resumed and processed for the AFAM courses.
We are waiting more information from Rome, but we know that, for instance, the pre-enrollment started. It started, yeah. It started this week. So this is impossible. Then we can also ask maybe to Uni-Italia about that to get confirmation. But remember that I received a message, a cable from Rome, telling us that they are starting the pre-enrollment.
Usually the pre-enrollment process takes place like between March to July. So in this case, if that process starts this July, and I mean, July this week, and then until
there will be
when?
also I can share if someone else is interested in that. We can share the information on that. But of course, I think that that this year is a very particular year because due to the pandemic, to the COVID-19. So I think that all the schedule, all the programs are a little bit more flexible than the last years. But of course, also I can give you then also my personal email, and also I can go back to you with more information of the specific days on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Regarding the AFAM, I mean the last, because for a conservatory of music, for example, I understood that there is a diploma, the last diploma after the master degree. For example, in music academy, we have first 3 years cycle, then we have 2 years, the specialization or laurea magistrale, and then I saw that there is another possibility, another diploma. So if it is possible to precise more this, because it is very important, I think, for Korea to better understand the possibilities for students of music academy, especially for obtaining a diploma more than a master degree. One step, for example, this academic diploma, maybe for also for agencies, it should be very interesting to better understand this last step of this specialization. I don't know if you agree with me, but I would like to understand a little bit better this important information. Thank you. Sorry.
Yes, okay. So, the third cycle is, let's say, let's compare the two systems. In the university system, we have laurea magistrale, master of science, and after that the third cycle with the PhD. More or less is the same for AFAM from AFAM point of view. Instead of the name is different, but the duration, the duration of the course is the same, 3 years, and is something more specific than the second level academic diploma, or something more where it is.
We can we can consider this diploma as a PhD. We can consider this academic diploma course for training research for AFAM, Italian Higher Education System, which means music academies, Academy of Arts, etc. Could we say that this academic diploma can be considered the same level of a PhD?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
And about compared to the Germany system, could we say that this academic diploma can be compared to the concert diploma? I don't remember exactly the name of German system, but because sometimes there are some mistakes and some misunderstanding in Korea universities, and it is possible to precise if academic diploma is similar to this concert diploma delivery, but by the
I don't know. I don't know precisely about the German higher education system.
Yes, but could you tell us that if this academic diploma is similar to PhD for the normal universities? Okay,
yes.
Thank you. This is a good information, I think, for everybody. Thanks a lot.
And let's see if there are also questions from Italy. Trying to, and also maybe our Secretary General will be able to join us from Uni-Italia.
Yes, okay. I am Alberto Ortolani.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yep. We are listening to you.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm very synthetic. Thank you. I want to thank Ambassador Failla for this meeting between our universities, trade institutes, and the Korean agencies. Through this first meeting, I wish that Italian studying will become a solid and strong bridge between our two countries, so as to become even closer. Virtual and webinar trade fairs are planned during the autumn. The program of events will be sent soon to universities, academies, and conservatories. This just want to be a brief greeting. Ambassador Failla has shown the way to go, and thank a good work.
And this is a question and that the Italian universities are asking from Italy, directly to me, to my mobile, but I would like also that it's addressed to you. So that, for instance, you know that there are some countries that currently are more affected by COVID than others, and namely United States and UK, for instance. There are particular hit in this moment. Before other EU countries were hit, but now, unfortunately, the pandemic is hitting these two also particularly two countries, and so the Italian universities and also Uni-Italia asking if now you are counseling, for instance, the Korean students to these countries, or you are counseling to go to other countries. Want to answer? You're still counseling to go to, I mean, United States or UK? Yep. Okay, so there is not a shift, let's say, about, because if a Korean student is particularly willing to go to these countries, I mean, you are still counseling them to go to United States or UK.
They don't want to change the countries. So some student, maybe we can suggest that another countries, but mostly they are not willing to change the countries, I think. And this is good opportunity to Italia. That it still has a lot of problem in United States. So not much, but at least some of the students, when they heard about your education system and something like that, maybe they can consider. Yep.
Thank you very much. Very, very kind to answer. So, I mean, if there are not other questions, I think that we can hand. There is other questions from Italy. This is, for instance, but also in your experience, and also after the presentation of the market survey, if in your experience the Korean students who go to Italy, they study in Italian, or if they already are quite proficient in Italian. Usually, the Korean students going to Italy, they study. I mean, they attend classes in Italian. This is one of the question coming from Italy. You have no? AFAM, yeah, for instance, especially AFAM, yeah, I think. Ok, then we are lo scopriremo solo vivendo. Vabbè. Ok, so that I mean, you know that this one is the first appointment about promoting the Italian higher education system. Hopefully they are going to organize more events in the near future, maybe also, hopefully, also a virtual fair. And I mean, because we have to approach and also to manage in a different way, also think different in an innovative approach. So I think that the web will be a very important tool. And I'm going also to give you the contacts, for instance, of the Italian universities attending today the virtual meeting. And if you, of course, agree, I go also to exchange, because I think that also is important to have networking opportunities between you and the Italian counterpart, because usually you are going to meet in person, but in this period it's a little bit more complicated to do that. And thank you again for being with us and for coming. And also I thank you again the Italian counterparts, Uni-Italia, and the other universities which attended today event. And now there will be a little aperitivo. Unfortunately, from Italy, they cannot join us. Maybe in the near future, when we are going to organize something, and it will be possible to travel more freely. And so, thank you again, and kamsahamnida. And so let's go to have aperitivo there.